New Zealand became the first country in the world to decriminalize sex work in 2003, and the Prostitution Law Review Committee and an independent review from the Christchurch School of Medicine found that 64% of sex workers found it easier to refuse clients, 57% that police attitudes to sex workers changed for the better. There was no evidence that the sex industry increased in size, and the vast majority of folks involved in the industry are better off than they were previously. And 90% of sex workers believed that the PRA gave them employment, legal, and health rights. New South Wales decriminalized sex work in 1995, and Queensland, Australia, just became the fourth jurisdiction in Australia to decriminalize. And this is not because these governments are beholden to the sex industry. It's because everywhere that decriminalization happens, violence and STIs go down.
New Zealand is often, heralded as a nirvana for decriminalization. However, in the last few years, the United States State Department and its Trafficking in Persons report has noted that New Zealand fails to meet its minimum requirements with respect to sex trafficking. And so they've talked about how the government of New Zealand hasn't initiated, prosecuted, or convicted any sex traffickers in years, that the government has never identified a single adult victim of sex trafficking because they've basically removed the entire legal apparatus to address sex trafficking, despite the fact that there are strong indicators and that survivors from New Zealand tell us that the trafficking of Indigenous women and girls is rampant, the trafficking of Pacific Islander women and girls is rampant, and that South Asian women and girls are continue to be trafficked all over the islands. And so, we talk about New Zealand like it's this amazing place, but it's a failed model. We have tons of survivor anecdotes from New Zealand that the brothels continue to be incredibly exploitative.